Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
I'm Cleve.
I'm Stephanie.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship
Supreme.
where the podcast dares to ask, what is the worst Adam Sandler movie to ever exist? But I think we might have already done this one, Cleve.
Yes, back in June, we dropped an episode talking about all of Adam Sandler's movies. We did so discussing Uncut Gems because Adam Sandler has said, if I don't want an award for Uncut Gems, I will make the worst movie I can. Which brings us to Hubie Halloween. Hubie, right? Not Hubies.
Hubie, just yeah, it's not his. It's not. He doesn't own it. It is as though it's his last name.
Gotcha. So
Not his last name though. Dubois is his last name. Dubois.
So there's a lot to already pull apart in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I mean, I don't even know where to start.
So there was a lot of so it obviously exists in the same universe as at least Billy Madison. No, not Billy Madison. Yeah, Billy Madison.
I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but there's a guy who made a video called the Sandler Verse. Where he connects all the movies.
Well, and that's very possible. I just know, like, when I grabbed Easter eggs, the only ones I could like super
O'Doyle rules.
Yeah, O'Doyle, and there was something else.
Happy Gilmore, because the Ben Stiller reprises his role as
the medic or the attendant.
Well, at that time he was working at a old folks home, and now he's working at a sane asylum.
And he's still a piece of shit.
He's still a piece of shit. Yeah, that hasn't changed.
And I feel like there was another name that was given that was also supposed to tie something in. But
very possible. There were actually a decent. I think if you're an Adam Sandler fan, which it's hard to say anybody's an Adam Sandler fan anymore, but if you enjoy Adam Sandler movies, if you've seen all his movies, I think there's a lot in this one to enjoy.
Oh yeah, I think there's a lot of just throwbacks in general.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just as tired of seeing the same cast over and over again as everybody else. I would like him to work with two or three other new people.
We did see new people though, and most of the people that came from his old movies were small parts at best.
Yes,
which was people nice. Just his family members.
Ray Liotta was not in any.
That
of his
was
other
such
films,
a weird actor.
He's been grabbing a lot of random smaller roles.
That's fair. He's done his work. He doesn't, because really, does Ray Liotta really need to take on another gig ever again? Probably not.
He just does a really good villain. I mean, he's always such a good asshole.
He's good at himself, yeah, for sure.
His love interest, that was also a new person that's not been there before.
Incorrect.
Really?
Happy Gilmore.
Oh, she was the. I don't know that I would have ever remembered that she was like the groundskeeper, like
she was the reporter.
Oh, that's what it was, reporter.
Groundskeeper. I was like, where are you?
Well, no, like she was like the HR person for groundskeeping or what? I don't know. She was out
gotcha.
There. She was there. Things.
Yes. So she's even a callback, and I remember I saw her and I was like, man, because I thought also that she was new, and then I started thinking back to all the old movies, and she looks so. I mean, obviously, it was like what 30 years ago, give or take, but just he to me looks the same. He's a little wrinklier.
Yeah, he's literally the same person he has been since he started making.
She looks different to me, but I mean, again, that's 30 years you put on a person. I'm sure anybody looks different.
Yeah.
You had Shaquille O'Neal. Does that do anything for you?
He's an old one. He was in Grown Ups too.
Oh, okay. I don't know that I ever saw Grown Ups too.
I didn't either, man. I just know he's in it.
I think at this point, Adam Sandler's just making movies where he's just like, I want all my friends to hang out with, and we're gonna make a movie.
Is there so team? Is there a character that you enjoyed?
That was the other thing that I was gonna say was that her name was Violet Valentine, and the other girl Waterboy, Figgy Valentine.
Yes,
Vicky
very close.
Valentine, show me
Yeah.
your
And then
boobies,
the pea sheets. We had the pea
the pea
sheets.
sheets.
Thank God we brought that joke back.
Yeah, couldn't leave that one buried.
It's a good joke. Yeah. Okay. So characters. Is there a character that anybody was? Did you enjoy any character in this?
I don't know. I don't really like Adam Sandler movies in general. I think I liked Uncut Gems because it wasn't an Adam Sandler movie.
That is very
But
fair.
still was a little bit. And then the ending of Uncut Gems was just so
Different.
It was just so enjoyable.
It was unique.
It was pure chaos, and then you just got this moment of enjoyment for 1 second, and it ended.
I think early Adam, is pretty across the board.
Was it because of our age when we watched it though, or do you think you if you went back and watched some of them, would you?
I've
still
rewatched Waterboy and still enjoy it.
Waterboy hits every time for me. Captain Nathaniel take no mercy.
Big Daddy. I think I still enjoyed Big Daddy.
Big Daddy wasn't too bad. It's not like I don't hate him. It's not like I don't enjoy any of his movies.
You ready for some Easter
Hubie
eggs?
is just seems to be all of those movies in one movie, and I'm just like
it was. This was on 100% Adam Sandler. Just like, I have some old gags I want to pull together from all these different movies. How can I do that?
You know, it's funny because it's almost like, hey, I know you enjoyed all these jokes. Watch me bring it back and put it in this movie that's not that great.
Right.
Yes. Easter eggs. Hit me.
I have two. So Steve Buscemi being a werewolf, is Easter egg to Hotel Transylvania. He plays a werewolf in Hotel Transylvania. So
I enjoyed,
which is also with Adam
his
Sandler.
whole unnecessary.
So weird.
How long did it take you guys to go, okay, is there an actual killer or is this some sci-fi movie I'm watching?
So much. I just didn't understand what the hell was going on.
I didn't understand what was happening most of the time. The first time I tried to watch it, I actually fell asleep. and then I got through it.
Second Easter egg for you real quick is the girl, is the old lady. She's the old lady that says, if peeing your pants is cool. And I don't remember who she refers to herself as, but in Billy Madison, when they're at the field trip and the kid's crying because he peed his pants. So then Adam Sandler puts a bunch of water on his crotch to make it look like he peed his pants. And then this old lady that's playing a pilgrim goes, if peeing pants is cool, I'm Janis Joplin or whatever she said. But
was that the one who played his mother?
No, she also played a weird ass fucking lady. Who was really mean to Hubie when he gave her he's like, here's the crossword puzzles, and she threw them in the garbage.
Oh, yeah, that was. I laughed at that one. Yeah. I laughed. Some parts I laughed.
Yeah,
a lot of it I didn't, but some parts I laughed. Some parts I enjoyed. A lot of parts I didn't.
They really pushed you to think that the girl killed everybody. Or was doing something.
I didn't think she did. I was pretty sure it was a mom. The second they said,
crazy.
Huh?
Her Violet Valentine is insane.
Can we just talk about how there's no reason for her to have been super into him out of nowhere? It was almost like she talked to him like she thought he was slow.
And she was into it?
She was like, How did you get that? You're so smart. I don't know. It was just weird.
Weird.
She was his hype man.
Yeah, Stephanie, you were saying something. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, when they got to the radio station and said that somebody called in for him, and that's why they thought it was her, was because they called in. She had Chardonnay or whatever, and it was like his number one fan or something. I was like, oh, it's his mom.
Yeah, let me tell you, spoiler heavy early. I would have thought it was a fantastic movie if Hubie had been the killer like they tried to accuse him of. I was like, when they were like, well, you're the only person that's been with her. I was like, oh my God, did he? Because you would have knocked me off of any track I thought I was
Uncut Gem situation.
Not that I was trying to figure out what was happening at the end of the movie.
Right. I didn't try to put any thought into this movie at all.
And maybe that's why it would have caught me so off guard, because I'm just watching a movie that doesn't really have a story in it. But
No.
yeah, when they were like, "You're the only person that's been around everybody," I was like, "Holy fuck! Has he been killing everybody? That'd be such a good story." And then no, of course not.
Yeah. The only story in this movie was everyone hates him.
Yeah, so things I liked. Let's not shit on the movie too heavily. Some parts it was overdone and unnecessary. I liked the thermos. I liked the Swiss Army thermos.
Love when he made the
I
ones for
did
the
enjoy the
kids.
thermos because I was like, this fucking
That
thermos.
was ridiculous.
At the end, when he gave the kids ones, it was the cutest thing ever.
I like when Maya
I made
Rudolph
it to
was
another
like,
Boy
"What did you
Scouts.
lose your thermos?" She's like, "Oh yeah, don't let it ever happen."
Oh yeah, and then just throws it and it comes back. I was like, because at first he had the thermos and it was like, okay, what? He has a thermos, who cares? And then as it kept going, I was like, okay, because it didn't felt like, I mean, it was in your face a lot, but it didn't feel like in your face. He would just do something different with it
Yeah,
all the time.
I don't. Sorry, that people went off. I don't think there was ever the same joke repeated with it.
Mm-mm.
Like
No.
it was something different he did with it every time. And he's like, "Soup?" Like, no, thanks, man. Thank you though, but no, thank you.
I think that it set the wrong tone for the movie. So if we're trying to make positives about it, I think the reason that I went in with more of a negative feel for it was the beginning, when it was the obnoxious vomiting scene as he drank out of his thermos. Other than that, like the start wasn't terrible.
No,
It was just a bunch of people. He reminded me of Bobby Boucher in that, like, he obviously was a little off
mhm.
and everybody picked on him. So I was like, okay, I get this character, but then like the weird vomiting scene.
Yeah, they didn't need to do that.
It felt like they were trying to put too many Halloween movie references in this Halloween movie
Maybe that's what it
with
was. Like,
Adam Sandler references at the same time, also trying to
You can only
create a
pick
new
one.
movie.
Right.
It just
I
felt
could-
like you're trying to go back to too many things.
I can see that, like an Exorcist vomiting situation.
Yeah, that's
thing.
what I.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah,
Mike
'cause-
Myers thing, kind of with the guy in the pig mask.
Yeah. Which fucking Rob Schneider. Damn it! Somehow he made it in here.
I'm so glad he made it in.
Why?
Rob, you know why?
He's the
Because
one I
Rob
need the
Schneider's a
least.
homie. No, Rob Schneider's a homie. I gotta imagine, like, he's not the best at what he does, but he is willing to do whatever role these people ask him to do.
I would have been
Because
surprised if Rob Schneider wasn't in this movie.
Because he shouldn't be anybody.
You know what?
Sorry. After Saturday Night Live, he's okay. So Saturday Night Live has two types of cast members. Cast members who leave the show and become amazing stars,
Chevy
and
Chase.
cast members who, right, Will Ferrell,
Yeah.
so Chris Rock, so on. And then there's cast members who leave and you never hear from them again. Rob Schneider should have been. I never heard from again.
Don't do that to him.
Had he not made such great friends with Adam Sandler,
Right.
we would have never seen this.
So what that tells you, what that tells you is, be nice to people, and you might get taken somewhere someday.
I'm gonna look up IMDb and see what movies he has on his own resume.
I think
Chick.
I know he had Hot Chick.
But that's
That's the only movie I can think of.
But that's a Sandler
Deuce
production.
Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
I think that's a Sandler
I
production.
don't think so.
You just don't want it to be.
I don't want it to be, but I don't think so. I think anytime Rob Schneider was a main character, Adam Sandler might have been involved, but was not like the actual.
don't-
Benchwarmers, those ones. Because remember, I tried to bring up Benchwarmers in the original episode when we
It's
talked
a-
about.
Hot Chick is a Happy Madison Productions.
It is. Damn it!
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
I'm telling you.
I thought anything he was in alone wasn't Adam Sandler
That's
related.
what I was saying. Yeah.
No,
Really?
yeah, he's got his hands on a
What
lot
about
of it.
Benchwarmers? Because he did good in Benchwarmers. The only one that did terribly was the Napoleon Dynamite.
I didn't think Hot Chick was too bad.
Benchwarmers was also Happy Madison.
But I guess the only reason why he did it was because of Adam
You know who I
Sandler.
loved in that movie? Nick Swartzen.
And which movie?
Benchwarmers. When he's just eating sunscreen. Anyways, sorry, this is not what we're talking about. No,
Anyway.
I didn't mind Rob Schneider being in it. I thought it was cute that they were him and Steve Buscemi, who are basically
They're like
the
buds.
same people. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. And I like Steve Buscemi way more than I like Rob Schneider.
Just a solid dude. In fact, I got in this argument today about this with Katie. Katie's like, Katie was making fun of, like, she's like, there's a lot worse actors you could look like Steve Buscemi. I said, don't ever speak ill of Steve Buscemi.
Why
Man's a
would you
great
hate
guy.
Steve Buscemi?
He's a great guy.
Let me tell you, he was in a show. I can't remember what it was, but he was like an old school gangster, and he
Empire.
was really
No, Boardwalk. Sorry.
yes,
No.
Boardwalk Empire. Yes,
Yeah, Boardwalk
there we go.
Empire.
Whoop.
Damn.
He was really good in that. He's a really good actor. Like, he can be this goofy Adam Sandler character, and he can be fucking serious, intimidating character. Like, I'm a fan of him all around. Rob Schneider, can you give me something you're a fan of?
I told you I liked Pinformers. And he was the main character in that.
The skit he had at Saturday Night Live when he would do like he would talk like he was doing sports or something. Like, I can't remember how he used to do it. Ugh. Someone help me. No, nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers.
Saturday Night Live wasn't big for me until later. Pete Davidson, that cast. I'm on board for that.
You hurt my stomach when you said that.
Hey, leave Pete out of this. Okay, he's been through a lot. He's also gotten a lot of shots that he shouldn't have gotten, but we won't get into that.
You know what? He got to date Ariana Grande, so he's fine.
And he dated some other girl that, like, you look at and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck is happening?
At first, I thought you said Rob Schneider dated. What? When? Why?
So he would be like Michael and Stephanie making copies of the machine.
Oh, that was him that started that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I wonder you didn't know what I was talking
You sure
about.
it was Rob Schneider? That was Rob Schneider.
That was Rob Schneider?
Yeah. And he was also in. Let me help you out real quick. He was in Three Ninjas, I believe.
No, he wasn't. He was in Surf Ninjas.
Whatever, the same shit.
No, hold on a second. Three Ninjas was classic. Surf Ninjas was fucking iconic. Okay.
Okay, you described both of those incorrectly.
Look, I'm sorry. What movie have you seen that has a bunch of surfing ninjas singing Barbara Ann?
None, purposely. Because if you tell me that movie, I'm not going to watch it.
You know what? We're watching that. We're
One too many.
It's happening.
One too many movies have I seen where this 35-year-old man played someone's little friend.
Ernie Ray Jr. is in it, and you like him, and so is Ernie Ray Sr.
Like is the right word because I'm not a fan anyway. So Hubie Halloween.
Where are we?
I didn't like Shaq's interaction.
It was weird.
At all.
I don't like the actress that played his wife. I've seen her in. She's in something else. It's the one about Kathy Bates selling pot on Netflix.
Shaq is one of those people that also just keeps showing up in random places.
Well, he ain't got shit to do now. He's just like, hey, you want to put me in something?
Like,
I'm in.
I think I was listening to another podcast because he is like advertising everything these days.
He's a red.
Wait,
like,
hold up. Can we get Shaq to advertise here?
He's a spokesman for like 40 products right now.
I would take that. But like, can you mix steel too? You have time now.
Make it happen.
Anyway, in the grandma's shirts, I thought those were kind of funny. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
Enjoy those.
didn't understand.
Also, because it wasn't thrown in your face, it was just something that you
Right.
had to notice.
You had to look at it to, like, when you saw her on scene, you'd go, "Oh, what shirt does she have on now?"
Yeah, I purposely would go and look for her shirt if she was on camera.
So, there's new faces. There was Karan Brar. There was China Ann McClain. There was Peyton List. They are all Disney kids. And I don't know you guys' memory of Adam Sandler movies, but he did the movie Grown Ups. And in Grown Ups, he had a kid. And the kid was played by Cameron Boyce, who had passed away. He had a seizure in his sleep, if I remember correctly. And he passed very, very, very young. He was on the Descendants, the Disney show. He was in that Disney show Jesse. He'd done a lot of things, but Karan Brar was his castmate in the Jesse show, along with Peyton List, and China was his castmate in the Descendants show. So I think he was like a.
It looks like she was in Grown Ups also.
Was she one of the daughters? Probably.
Yeah, it says she's Charlotte Mackenzie, which means nothing to me.
Right.
I know I've seen the movie. I just don't remember any of the character names.
But basically, a way to kind of show respect to him was bringing them all on there, which I thought was nice.
That was nice.
Because they for sure. Because they for sure didn't have to. Yes, she played Chris Rock's daughter.
I was really hoping that Hubie's mom had been in something else with Adam Sandler, but she hadn't.
Yeah, but I've seen her and stuff too.
Yeah, she plays a lot of things. She's like in a lot of shit. Weirdly.
Maybe it would have given too much off if it was somebody that like he worked with previously.
Fair.
But again, who's putting that much thought into this movie?
That's also fair. And let's see.
Rob Schneider could have played the part of his mom. And I still wouldn't have thought about it until way later in the movie.
That's real fair.
I think that, in fairness, Steve Buscemi would have played a better mom, but
you get Louis Anderson, man.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
No.
Hubie also had a poster of Burt Reynolds in the background, who has since passed away, and I thought that was nice. Okay, so I think we're at a point now where we can talk. Is it the worst Adam Sandler movie?
No. Nothing is ever going to be Jack and Jill. It's impossible.
Well, his worst, Rotten Tomato wise, is The Ridiculous Six.
That's fair. That was fucking awful. But
I don't think I
got any enjoyment out of Jack and Jill.
A couple more percent than fucking Ridiculous Six.
For me, it's the worst one I've ever seen. But I know there's a lot of Adam Sandler movies I have not seen that are probably way worse.
I think
it could be worse.
I think at one point it's the worst because it could have been a decent movie.
Yeah, it felt like he wasn't.
It could have been an average movie.
Yeah.
But he found ways to not make it good.
I would say so. It was the worst because he actively made it horrible instead of just was in a film and it happened to be bad.
Right. Like the whole love interest side of it, I feel like was just, it's almost like, I can't remember the actress's name. She's in the mom in Modern Family. It's almost like she was reading her lines sarcastically the whole time.
Yeah.
As if the mom from Modern Family was reading those lines.
Yes. And she was giving him shit. Yeah.
Fair.
Absolutely.
I didn't like Kevin James' character.
I hated Kevin James' character so much. Actively hated him.
I also hated Mike Chiklis's character.
Which one was that one?
Father David, I think.
Yes.
Julie Bowen is the mom's name, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
I know the whole point of the thing was this town hates Hubie, or for some reason just like bullies him incessantly.
Unnecessarily, yeah.
But they could have toned it down a little bit.
How did you guys feel about the accent that he did? Whatever it was. It was like a accent mumble grumble.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a little confusing.
Sometimes it was almost too hard to understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
And if that's the character, fine. But sometimes it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not like the guy who plays in his movies that just mumbles all the time. The older man from Waterboy and other things. The coach.
Owen, why are you making it?
You
No, you like to see almost naked. Yeah.
It just wasn't consistent, so it didn't seem like a character thing. It just seemed like a random thing.
Yeah. I'd give it a C, but I've given some of his movies fucking Z, so.
I think a big part of it was just him calling in favors from a bunch of SNL cast members, like current and past. And was just like, hey, I'm going to fuck around. Want to fuck around? All right.
You fuck around and make some Netflix money?
Right. You trying to make that Netflix money now?
Because Netflix, and I mean, Kevin Smith does it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith will go out there and make whatever.
And we trash his films for it.
I was telling Derek that I was comparing it to one of like a Kevin Smith movies that he's just making a make.
Dogma, Clerks was fine. I know you liked Mallrats. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back are really the only movies of him that I could probably watch repeatedly. Other than that,
and I'd have to go back and watch Mallrats again to confirm that it was still like a solid.
It wasn't just because you were a Mallrat,
right?
Somebody was speaking.
Although Mallrats is at least iconic enough.
Cult classy.
I enjoyed when the kid from Butterfly Effect just stares at the thing and he's like, "I'm supposed to see a fucking boat," and he freaks out about it. How'd I miss those things? When you just stared at him and you saw him.
I never got it. I never
those
figured
3D
it out.
pictures.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so easy.
So
easy.
I could never do it.
Everybody was a dick to Hubie, but I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Of all the people that were dicks to Hubie, who was your least favorite? And was it because they were such a dick, or was it because like they just weren't good at being a dick?
I can tell you who my favorite was. Okay. Anytime that I get Tim Meadows ever,
he's my least favorite.
I love him. I love him. I love Tim Meadows. I love Tim Meadows and everything he touches.
I do generally like him a lot, but I liked his interactions with Maya Rudolph. But I did, and it was I think only because I liked Maya Rudolph. For whatever reason, when he was trying to be mean to Hubie, it just didn't feel. I didn't feel it.
It's the fact that he sucks at it.
Right.
That's what makes it funny. Because even she's talking shit to him about it. Like, she calls him an idiot all the time.
It almost feels like he's only doing it to please her.
Because that's what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Nah, man. And then there's that stupid scene where he's like sucking on the finger and he's like, what does that do for you? And she's like, is that supposed to be hot to me? Or yeah, their whole interaction when she was in the car and she was like, that's hot. And he was like, yeah. She's like, no, you fucking wrong. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I enjoy Maya Rudolph a lot.
Yeah, no, Tim Meadows was solid. I think
Tim Meadows.
I think it was we learned his name, Karan Brar, who I enjoyed the least.
Yeah, I was thinking that it might be that one because I don't
feel like it made sense. Like, why would you? I don't know. Why would you be that invested in bullying him?
Well, let's talk about where the world has changed, where the skinny little Indian kid gets to be the bully in movies. Because when I was younger, you had to have some mass on you to bully me.
Not wrong, but Hubie's kind of a pushover, so.
Well, he's just not. I mean, pushover and nice. I feel like.
So they never do address it, but like, does he have something wrong?
I don't think so.
He's just naive and weird.
I think so, and a scaredy cat. Yeah.
Okay. What that was it was so weird to me. Why do we love like we never got into this? Unless maybe I missed something. It's possible. I was watching it on my phone. We never got into like they all talked about he loved Halloween so much and was like the official monitor for Halloween. But did we ever once say why it was that he loved Halloween?
Or why he was so scary? No.
Or why he was scared of everything? Because like they alluded to his dad once too.
That was his character development. What did we get on his dad? I don't even remember that.
She alluded to something about, or he.
They were like
his dad disappearing or something.
Yeah.
I think they did talk about it for a second, but it
was like the first time you meet the mom, just to establish that there's not going to be a dad in this movie.
Right. But like
the dad's not the killer, guys, because he's not in this movie.
Like I just needed, I don't know, to understand why he loved Halloween.
I think they mentioned it kind of a little bit, but enough that I've already forgotten about it. I don't remember it all.
Or how about why he's so skittish? Like, because You give me one or the other.
Right, agreed. If
You
you love
can't
Halloween
be
so
scared
much,
of everything.
then, right,
And love Halloween.
agreed.
Yeah, that's why this movie was so weird.
Just gave him an excuse to do that yell he likes to do.
Mm-hmm.
Quit looking at me, sure. That could
Okay.
be the Billy Madison situation, yeah.
Final thoughts, Stephanie, go.
Watch it if you're bored, but I mean,
Don't watch it.
I don't think so. You're not gonna enjoy it.
To sum it up in 3 words,
Eh,
that noise that Stephanie made summed it all up.
Watch it if and then end sentence.
if you're an Adam Sandler fan and you for some reason have seen a lot of his movies, you might enjoy the Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a lot of the Easter eggs because I don't watch a lot of his movies.
I got a good amount of the Easter eggs. My favorite joke. I texted Michael about it because it was my favorite joke. Is when the kids that were chasing him on bikes are like, "Hey, Hubie," like, "Yeah, you're pretty cool." And he's like, "Thanks, I got it from my mom. Who's standing right behind you." And they freaked out because now she's a known murderer,
Yeah,
or like an attempted murderer. And then I didn't enjoy when he did the Frankenstein joke. I thought it was dumb. However, it set up her doing it, and I thought it was funnier when she did it. We're like, damn it, we gotta quit doing that. Oh, and Kenan Thompson. We didn't talk about how he was in it. I enjoyed
Randomly
him.
For very little.
Yeah.
Why are these people here with us? I don't know.
Out
There's
of
nobody
what
else at the jail, so they had to come with me.
From what we got out of him, I enjoyed him.
I don't think there's many times that man screwed up though.
Good burger.
I
Final
did
thoughts,
enjoy
Michael.
when Kevin James, I almost said James something. When Kevin James said, "Why didn't you tell him I wasn't here?" And he's like, "Because it's a glass. He can see through it."
because that's glass right there, and he can see you through that.
I enjoyed that bit. I think
Yeah.
when Kenan Thompson was there, I was like, okay.
I like when he came in all the different costumes, and he was like, this time I just didn't recognize him. I'm sorry. He genuinely got past me this time. No, but final thoughts, Michael.
Okay, so final thoughts is if you're willing to watch Ridiculous 6, you should watch this as well.
I feel like if you watch Ridiculous 6 and you don't watch this, who do you think you are? Unless that was your last straw for Adam Sandler, in which case I understand. That makes more sense.
Maybe I just need to watch Ridiculous 6 to know how bad it is, to know how much worse this movie could be.
If I remember correctly, Adam Sandler wasn't even the worst in that. It was actually Taylor Lautner.
Shark Boy? Okay, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't.
Dream.
Aggressive.
Don't get that song stuck in my head.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't his worst. I was able to enjoy the callbacks, but he's done good things, and I just want him to do that. If you're listening, Adam, please just give us the good things. But I guess if Netflix paid me a bunch of money ahead of time, I'll just make whatever I want.
I need him to find the kid that was. I need him to find the kid that was in Big Daddy, and do like a follow-up sequel to him being an adult.
Maybe him being a grandfather.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
And you get to bring back the Scuba Steve and all that.
Scuba Steve shares.
But really, if you heard they were doing a Big Daddy 2, because it would be called Bigger Daddy or something fucking stupid, and you might not be too excited about it either.
Fair.
It'd have to
But
look
I'd give it
good.
a shot.
That's fair.
I'd probably give it a shot. Because I gave a lot of things shots, and I actually, again, not to go back into this, but I really liked Little Nicky, and I know everybody hated it. So
I didn't mind Little Nicky. There's been worse things than fucking Little Nicky. I know that.
Yeah.
One time I watched where he played his own sister.
It stuck in my head forever. I can never unsee it. And you know what? I like to think that he saw Nutty Professor and saw Eddie Murphy do it. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name for a second. He saw Eddie Murphy do it and was like, I can fucking do that. Fuck you, Adam Sandler.
You're no Eddie Murphy.
I normally
you can't
really
play
like
multiple
you, but
characters and get away with it.
Well, in fairness, let's not let Eddie Murphy get away with everything because he did do Pluto Nash.
And Norbit? Yeah, there we go.
There's parts of that I like, though.
I know there is. I know there is. And some more
Rasputia?
friends.
How do you not like Rasputia?
Michael, you like a lot of terrible things, though.
No, you're wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm sure when we watch Santa Jaws, you'll be very amused, and neither of us will be. So,
yeah, not so excited. Anyways, yeah, that's our final thoughts on that.
Yep.
Let us know what you guys thought of Hubie Halloween. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, we've ruined it for you. Have fun.
No, it's still worth seeing.
You guys can check us out on any social medias. What social medias are those, Cleve?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all Friendship Supreme. Except for Twitter, there's no I's numbered friendship because all I's are typically on the YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com and search Friendship Supreme. We also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Friendship Supreme, and we also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Friendship Supreme, where any donations that you give are so appreciated. We thank everyone for listening and always being there and being so kind during these trying times.
If you go on Twitch, you can make Cleve listen to the Dream Song by Shark Boy. It's only 15 bits. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve.
This is Stephanie.
And I can't believe I don't have a compass on my thermos. Later.
Don't just Google hot chicks. That doesn't work.
That's going at the end
Oh,
credits.
I think I found the trailer too.
Yep.